Hello there everybody, welcome to my channel. So today we are making another box pleated skirt. So the other day I made a box pleated skirt. I'll put it up here so that you can see it. And today we are making another one, but this one is gonna be a little different. So the skirt that I already made, I made the pleats of the skirt according to the width of the pleat. So I knew that I wanted a certain width for my pleats, so that is how I created my pleats. And so this time I will be making my skirt according to the number of pleats I want on my skirt. Okay, so I want 2 pleats in front and 2 pleats at the back. So all in all, my skirt will have 4 pleats. Okay. Now let us come to the measurements of the skirt. So the first thing is the amount of fabric that I will need. So the amount of fabric is still the same as the skirt that I've already made. So what I did is that I took my waist measurement and multiplied it by 3. So it's 80 centimeters, my waist measurement, times 3. So that gives me 240 centimeters. Okay. And now we move on to the pleats. How are we going to create our pleats? So since I said I wanted 4 pleats altogether, 2 pleats in front, 2 pleats at the back. So I will take my waist measurement, which is 80 centimeters, and divide it by the number of pleats, which is 4. Okay, so 80 centimeters divided by 4, it gives me 20 centimeters. Okay, so that 20 is what we will use when we create the pleat. So that is the width now. Okay, so we used the number of pleats, which is 4, to get the width of the pleat. Okay, so that is how the skirt and the pleat will go. Okay, so let us begin. So as you can see that I have 2 pieces of fabric here in front of me. So I have cut the amount of fabric that I'll be using. So I've cut it in 1 piece will be for the back, and then 1 piece will be for the front of the skirt. Okay, so I will take one of the pieces and fold it in half so that I can mark the center of the piece. Okay, so I will mark the center of the piece. So the plan is to make an inverted box pleat there in the center. So you will see it now. And now we have our mark here in the center. So now let us take the measurements for our inverted box pleat. So what I will do is that I will put my tape measure from the center to the side and measure 10 centimeters. So you can start from any side, 10 centimeters from that side, and then 10 centimeters from the other side. Remember, we are making 20 centimeter width pleat. Okay, so here is a center pleat that we are making here. So we just needed to make that mark first before we can be able to measure our 20 centimeters. And now we continue taking measurements for our pleats. So you have 2 marks now. So you leave the center mark now. So you have 2 marks on the sides. Okay, so you can start from any mark. So you put your tape measure and you measure 20 centimeters from the side marks. You leave the center mark, 20 centimeters. And then you come to the end of the fabric. You continue measuring 20 centimeters. Okay. And then you go to the other side and you do the same thing, 20 centimeters from the mark that you ended, and then you mark 20 centimeters. Okay, and then when you are left with something that you can see is it is less than 20 centimeters, then you leave it. Okay. And now let us make the pleats. So I will start with the pleat in the center front. So I'll go on and mark the center mark there so that I don't confuse it with the other marks. Okay, So what I'll do now is that I'll go on and pinch the mark next to the center mark, and then bring it to the mark next to it. Okay, and then I'll go on and pin it. Okay, and then after that I'll go on to the other side and do the same thing. Pinch the mark, and then go on and place it on top of the mark next to it. Okay, and then go on and pin it as well. And then after that I'll come to the sides. Okay, so from the sides is that I'll pinch as well from the mark, and then I'll bring now to the center pleat. Now I'll bring the side mark to the center pleat there, to the mark there on the center pleat there. So I'll do the same thing on both sides. Let's do it again so that you can see it as I do the other side of the skirt. And now we have both sides pleated, so I'll go on and hold the pleats with the stitch. So I'll go on and stitch there at the top. I also went on and stitched the side seams, and then I left an opening for the zipper. And now it is time to attach the waistband. Waistband is attached. Now I'll go on and attach the zipper. So before I go on and stitch my zipper by the machine, I usually hand stitch it so that I hold it in place, so that I don't struggle when I take it there to the machine. And the other thing is that I usually insert or put an elastic around my waistband so that my skirt can sit nicely on my waist.